Hey guys, Marshall from Going Gear SHOT Show 2015 in Las Vegas. We are here with Chris from Lead Lenser and Leatherman, and he's going to show us the new products for this year.
Yeah, we're going to talk about several new products. We have a new headlamp, we've got F1R flashlight, and another new quad color flashlight that we're going to talk about today.
So we're going to go ahead and do a tight focus on a table so he doesn't make me look so short.
Okay. All right, so the first product I was going to talk about today was the Lead Lenser F1R. Earlier on, we had introduced a small kind of tactical light that was the F1. It runs on a CR123. We had a lot of good success with this at 400 lumens, so we wanted to build off of that platform. So what we come up with was the F1R. This is a 1,000 lumen flashlight. It runs for 10 hours on high. You can see kind of how bright it is. It comes with the same features as the F1, so it's got a nice design ring, or you can replace that with the tactical strike ring. Anti-roll, it's got a 3-position switch. It goes from high, medium, and then it's got a really low 10 lumen kind of inspection light. It runs off of one 18650 cell, so rechargeable, 2200 milliamp hours. Comes with a charging base. I don't know if you can see it in the picture, but we can kind of show a shot of that here in a minute. So it's nice and rechargeable. I always recommend for people to buy 2 batteries. You can always be charging one and you can be running the other. So when you die, you're not dead in the water. You can easily recharge.
Is that the charging base right behind it on the wall?
Yeah, right here on the wall. So it's USB based, so you can plug it into your computer. A lot of cars these days have USB-based charging things. And I think I said 10 hours earlier. I meant to say 3 hours. You can see here on the specs. So 1,000 lumens on high, you get 3 hours. It is IPX8 rated, so it can be submerged up to 2.5 meters for 20 to 30 minutes. So you don't have to worry about it being affected by any water.
It's pretty compact for an 18650 light. That's nice getting 1,000 lumens out of a light that size.
It's nice. When you really look at the weight to lumen ratio, it's one of the best lights out there.
All right, what's next?
All right, the next light I was going to show you. So the last year SHOT Show, we introduced the P7QC as a quad color light. We wanted to continue into the quad color family, and what we have here is the T-squared QC. And this is a real simple price point light. It's going to be right around $40, $45. And basically what you do is you rotate the head and it's going to cycle through the colors: white, red, green, and blue. It's 140 lumens. It's a simple on and off. It's got a nice kind of prismatic lens on it that helps diffuse that light and make it nice, crisp, and smooth. So a pretty straightforward quad color light for people that are looking for red light to preserve their night vision. Hunters often like green, blue for blood tracking. Just a bunch of different uses that people have been asking for.
Can you say what batteries that runs off of?
Yeah, so this light, it runs off of 3 AAA batteries. And again, it's got a nice battery box, 3 AAAs. You don't have a battery box that's floating separate of the tail cap, so you have less pieces you have to kind of manage. And then, so that's the T-squared QC. All right, so as we come over here to the headlamps, we're expanding on our range of headlamps. We've done everything in the past from headlamps to runners to outdoor enthusiasts, and we really wanted to expand on that range and give you guys a high-powered headlamp. So this is the ZO19R. This is a 2-lens system. It's going to produce 2,000 lumens on high. The cool thing about the ZO19R is with the 2 lenses, I can operate these lenses independently. So I can throw one lens, I can throw a nice spot beam out while the other lens is producing a nice fill beam. I can have both producing a big flood beam, or I can do both that are throwing out 2,000 lumens on spot.
Have you guys done the ANSI beam distance rating on that yet?
Yeah, so on ANSI beam distance, you're going to be looking at 200 meters on high, so that's at 2,000 lumens on the focused beam.
So both of them focused will be 200 meters?
Yes, that's correct. A few other things to point out on this headlamp. The dynamic switch on the top here allows you to turn the headlamp on. To go into the power mode, you could just hold down the front and it's going to throw out the 2,000 lumens. When it manages its temperature, if it gets too warm, it's going to drop down to 1,000 lumens. If you're moving at a high rate of speed, if it's on a mountain bike mounted on your helmet, on the air scoop here on the front, it'll actually intake air and create that air to pass over the LED chips in the back, helping cool them down, and that'll help maintain that brightness of 2,000 lumens.
What does that do for waterproofing?
Waterproofing, we're still rating it at IPX4, so it's still, I mean, if it's going to get wet and you get water on the inside, basically what it's doing is this LED chips are covered, but the heat sinks are what's getting passed over, the air is passing over.
So on the switch, you pressed it in different places and it had different operation?
Yeah, it does different things. So if I press on this right button here, it's going to operate the right lens by itself. So instead of running, say I'm on boost mode and I'm running 2,000 lumens, it's only going to be producing 1,000. So in a way, you can kind of manipulate and control your output and increase your run times. So I can run either or, I can change different brightnesses, I can even have one that's working in strobe. So it gives you flexibility on your different outputs, and operating the different lenses independently really allows you to create a light beam for your specific use or what you really want to see.
And what's the battery pack on this guy?
The battery pack on this is pretty special in itself. It's a 8.8 amp hour battery, so lithium ion. On this, you're going to be running for upwards of 3 or 4 hours on high. On the low setting at 50 lumens, you're going to be running for about 400 hours. So it manages its power pretty good through the different power settings. The other thing here that you see is because it's such a big power bank, you can actually use it for backup power for any GoPro camera, cell phone, USB-based device. A lot of people ask questions about the weight of the battery pack. The lamp comes in right at about a pound, just a little over 16 ounces actually. You can remove this battery pack off of the headband. It comes with an extension cord, so you can store this in a pocket, put it on a belt clip, and get that weight off your head. The other thing that's possible, and I'll show you another version I have, I can actually remove this headband altogether. And one of the mounting options you can do is you can take the head of the headband and load it right onto the battery pack, and it basically becomes a handheld light at that point.
What's the retail going to be on this guy?
The retail on this is going to be $300.
All right, so that's the Leadlenser Zeo? Is that how it is, Zeo?
Yep, Zeo 19R.
Zeo 19R, all right. What's next?
All right, so another new headlamp that we launched this year. We launched this earlier this year at Outdoor Retailer. This is our Neo headlamp. Comes in 5 different colors, operates on 3 AAA batteries. It's a 90 lumen headlamp, and on high for 90 lumens, it's going to run for about 10 hours. One of the features that's integrated into the battery pack is a back flashing light. Because we designed it for runners, we wanted the ability to bring and draw attention to people from behind. So it's about being safe, being seen. So that's what you get with the red backlight. Turn that on again. A couple different modes. You can also get the front to flash. It's a nice, lightweight, balanced headlamp, so it feels good on your head when you're moving, running. So another option on the headlamp when you turn on the beam is it's not your traditional round beam. It produces a really wide angular beam. It produces a 150-degree beam, so it really fills your peripheral. So as you're running, you're not having to follow a skinny beam of light. You're actually filling all the area right in front of you. It's kind of a nice projection. I always like to show people on the tabletop what the beam pattern looks like. Kind of gives you a widescreen version of light right there. So between that, the backlight, and 10 hours of runtime, you should be able to run around plenty.
What's retail on that guy?
This is going to retail for right around, everyday price is going to be right around 20 bucks.
And what's the availability of the 2 headlamps you've shown us?
So the Zeo 19R is going to be available around April, sometime in April. And Neo is currently available, and it's available in 5 different colors. You got orange, blue, pink, yellow, and green.
Very cool. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.